stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. It's March 26th. Hope your day is going well. Mine, yeah. You know, sometimes this world just confuses me. Give me 1 second. I need to grab something. Dion needed his Orajel. Yeah. My dentist appointment is tomorrow at 1:30. I'm gonna have to reschedule some stuff. Thursday's usually a pretty busy day for me, but I gotta take care of myself first, right? Gotta take care of you first. Can't transmit something you don't have. We talk about that a little bit today. And yeah. Sometimes it's hard to come on here because I have my own stuff going on and I don't always get into my personal stuff. And I think on this one I'm gonna get a little deeper. I'm 54 years old and try and figure out, as a man, I often feel like I'm a failure. Since I can remember, even in school, I did not want to sit there and listen to you yak and tell me about things I already kind of knew about. I just, I've never been able to hold a 9-to-5 job like most people. It's made me feel separated from a lot of things. My wife gets a lot of flack, so I spend my time trying to help people to make up for that. And, I make sure the house is taken care of and stuff. I could do a much better job on, honestly. Not that it's dirty or anything, but I could probably do a little bit more, so, but yeah, just kind of going through that today. I made some contacts I thought were good contacts, and there's been no contact. I'm a person where I watch the actions, man. You can tell me everything that you want to, but it's your actions that are going to kind of tell me what you're really up to. And sometimes that takes a little bit of time. And I tell you that inaction is probably the worst action that I have found in situations like this. If we can't be clear cut with each other, if we can't be honest with each other, then I really don't want to work with you. I don't have time for. Actually, I have plenty of time for bullshit, but I don't have much tolerance for it. Let's put it that way. Morning, Clara Joyce. Good to see you. I'm just yakking a little bit before I get started. Good thing about my tooth is I've cut way back on my soda. And I think I'm going to try and keep that up even after my tooth is fixed. I mean, I can feel the less, my body's feeling it, man. Having less sugar, which is good. It's a good thing. So I think I'm going to try and, see, the thing is, I really like the ice and I'm so used to the Coke now. Maybe I can just put some flavor in some water with some ice and go that way. All right. Because really, I'm going for the flavor than I am anything else. So, just some different ideas of things that I'm doing in my life to be a little bit healthier, a little bit at a time. All right. So, of course, I think I turned the heat up too far and it is extra hot in here. I don't want to go away from the microphone for a second time. Um, and a lot of people bring up that I should apply for disability, and I should apply for disability, but that is so fucking overwhelming. And I've asked for help, and people don't want to help me. So, I should be on disability. I should have been on disability fucking 40 years ago. But there's a part of me that doesn't want to do that, where as a man, I'm supposed to be bringing in the money and doing that. It's peer pressure is what it is, because everybody else is doing that. Can't even seem to find my side hustle, or, and this tends to break into my self-esteem. I know that I seem like a very confident person. I know that I come across as, and I am. I am for the most part, but there are times where there's still things I cower at. I don't want to say cower, but yeah, it's hard for me to find a place in what I do. I was told by my therapist and my wife, and this was my PTSD therapist, that said I do not that I'm not allowed to work. And that's by order of psychiatrists and therapists. But if I do work, I have to help other people. It's the only thing that's going to work out for me. Yeah, I understand, Claire. I really do. Some of it is fear. Some of it is, it's just really fucking overwhelming for me. Yeah. I've contacted a couple lawyers, and they're like, you need to go check this out first, but the directions they give me just confuse the fuck out of me. That makes me feel stupid, and then I get mad, and then I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to grab a fan real quick. So that's what's going on with me. Even this morning, I was wondering, I'm still wondering if it was a good idea to bring on another meeting, the Wednesday meeting. I have a fear that I'm not going to be able to follow through on that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. The teaching is never over. We're going to end up on page 164 in the big book. You know me well enough, I'm going to go back a little bit. I do like page 164. I'm a fan of it. There's a lot of information in that. This ends with I need a little bit more light here. All right. Yeah, meow. I have a cat that's going to be on my lap in just a second. There he is. Yeah, because I'm not hot enough right now. I need you in my lap. That's what I need. All right. So I'm going to start on page 162. Are you just going to find a spot to lie down there? I ain't petting him right now. He's petting himself on my arm. So every few dude, your claws and shit, get the fuck out of here. Jesus, I try to have patience. All right. Every few days, this doctor suggests our approach to one of his patients. Understanding our work, he can do this with an eye to selecting those who are willing and able to recover on a spiritual basis. Many of us former patients go there to help. Then, in this Eastern city, there are informal meetings such as we have described to you, where you may now see scores of members. There are the same fast friendships. There is the same helpfulness to one another as you can find among our Western friends. There is a good bit of travel between East and West, and we foresee a great increase in this helpful interchange. We do a lot of our work through professionals. And I'm going to let you know now that there's been plenty of times I've reached out to professionals, let them know I'm there, but they don't seem to send people as much anymore, which is actually kind of sad. They even understand that we're the people that can really help, but this reluctance. So there's been abuse going on, and there needs to be a trust level. And unfortunately, at least in Colorado, that trust level just doesn't seem to be there anymore, or people don't really know what they're talking about. So this is the way that it works. It is something I'm experiencing right now with the grassroots. We're trying to bring people in. I've been going to this one meeting. It's a 10 o'clock meeting. I like the people there, but they keep begging for money. They're, like, come on down. We got some great speakers tonight, and we need more people because we need more money in the basket. And that just grinds my gears. That just pisses me off. And they posted the other day, and I said, what the club needs to do is go out and start doing 12-step work and quit worrying about money. I mean, and this it doesn't work that way, right? I don't beg for money. I don't do it here. The grassroots is doing pretty good. It already, I mean, in less than a month, we already have our prudent reserve of $200, and it's beyond that. It's just a part of, it's the attraction, not a promotion. People appreciate what we do. And all of that money, every single dime, every red penny will be spent on helping other people achieve sobriety or helping other people find AA. And we do that on an attraction, not promotion basis. All right. Someday we hope that every alcoholic who journeys will find the fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous at his destination. To some extent, this is already true. Some of us are salesmen and go about. Little clusters of 2s, 3s, and 5s have sprung up in other communities through contact with our 2 larger centers. Those of us who travel drop in as often as we can. This practice enables us to lend a hand, at the same time avoiding certain alluring distractions from the road, about which any traveling man can inform you. Yeah, see, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that do a lot of traveling. They couldn't always get to the same meeting. With Zoom, that's different now. You can kind of go to the same meeting if it's online. You can find Wi-Fi anywhere. So that still goes on today. Thus we grow, and so can you. Though you be but one man with this book in your hand, we believe and hope it contains all you need to begin. Now, you don't really need to go run around starting meetings now. We got plenty of meetings. In fact, I would have to say there's too many. There's too many meetings. Half the time I'll jump on Zoom. I'm sorry I'm being a little callous today. I know I am. I apologize for that. But just like everybody else, I have different moods. I'm not inspired 24 hours a day. I wish I was. That'd be cool. But I'm not. I'm not trying to be callous or mean. I'm just trying to give you the right information is all. So goes on to say, we know what you are thinking. You are saying to yourself, I'm jittery and alone. I couldn't do that. But you can. You forget that you have just now tapped a source of power much greater than yourself. to duplicate such backing. What we have accomplished is only a matter of willingness, patience, and labor. Labor, labor, labor. I doubt many people are going to know that song. It's a B-side hidden track. Actually, it's Freaks by Live. Not many people know that song. Right. Good morning, Amber. It is good to see you. So instead of starting meetings, what we can do is we can find meetings where we belong and help them improve, not or add to, not help them improve. That's not the way to go. That's saying that something is wrong. But see, AA meetings should always be growing. And I don't mean growing by number and people. I mean growing in the fact that the whole group is growing as a whole. It is possible. I have been a part of it. I'm in the middle of it right now. Doing it right now. And I only started some meetings because I was going meetings here and people weren't willing to change. They're stuck in this rut of how a Zoom meeting is run. They have not started to think forward on how we can create more service work. When I started the grassroots meeting, my first goal was to have other people chairing. Dion does not need to be chairing all the time, or you're just going to get Dion's topics. And it needs to be mixed up. It needs to be mixed up, man. We need to hear different voices. You know, somebody else chaired yesterday, and it was the exact topic that needed to be done. See, it needs to be a God thing. If it's not a God thing, then it's a human will thing. And no thanks. No thank you. Okay. So we know of an AA member who is living in a large community. He had lived there but a few weeks when he found that the place probably contained more alcoholics per square mile than any city in the country. I don't know how you'd figure that out. 1940. I feel like that's a little embellished. Like I said, I'm a little good morning, Heather. It's good to see you. All right. This was only a few days ago at the writing, 1939. The authorities were much concerned. He got in touch with a prominent psychiatrist who had undertaken certain responsibilities for the mental health of the community. The doctor proved to be able and exceedingly anxious to adopt any workable method of handling the situation. So he inquired, what did our friend have on the ball? All right. And I've been trying to do that with the detoxes and stuff so that we get more 12th step work, but they ain't listening. They just want to continue doing it their way. And that's going to continue to hurt AA meetings. If we alcoholics cannot do in-person 12th stepping or even Zoom 12th stepping, it can get pretty, that's why it's important that the newcomers keep coming into the meetings or we don't have a chance to 12th step. Right? Sometimes you got to create that opportunity. That's what we're doing with community resource. Right? Because the person running that portion also happens to be in AA. That helps us a lot. He's a recovered alcoholic who understands that peer-to-peer comes first. He understands that. So he's helping us with that need. Okay? Keep searching. You'll find those people. All right? Our friend proceeded to tell him, and with good effect, that doctor agreed to test among his patients and certain other alcoholics from a clinic which he attends. Arrangements were also made with the chief psychiatrist of a large public hospital to select still others from the stream of misery which flows through that institution. So our fellow worker will have friends galore. Will soon have friends galore. Some of them may sink and perhaps never get up, but if our experience is criterion, more than half of those approached will become fellows of Alcoholics Anonymous. This is what we would call a success rate. Okay? So half of the people approached will become members of Alcoholics Anonymous. That's how AA grows. It is done through 12 stepping while a person is in desperation, man. If the person is in AA, it's actually a little too late. It's already, this portion right here that we're talking about has already been done by someone, right? But I tell you now, we're not getting as many newcomers into the meetings as we used to. Which tells me that rate, that more than half, is way down. What it tells me. I'm gonna tell you, it doesn't make me feel any happier. Actually, it makes me sad. It makes me more angry. And I don't know if I need to be more angry today. I'm not really angry. I think I'm depressed. When a few men in the city have found themselves and have discovered the joy of helping others to face life again, there will be no stopping until everyone in that town has had an opportunity to recover if he can and will. I don't know many people that take on that attitude anymore. In fact, I hardly ever hear it anymore. I know I'm not meaning to be whatever. Doesn't matter. You're gonna love me for who I am or you're not. So not everything I come on here and talk about is easy to talk about. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to stand up. AA's become lazy. It's fucking lazy. Like it should be fucking served to you or something. No. But that's it. That's not what we do. You know, the appeasement. I can't stand the appeasement anymore. You know, I'm all about meeting somebody where they're at, but then, patting them on the head and telling them everything's going to be all right, like a little fucking puppy dog, when it's not okay. It's not okay. Oh, you just have to have a positive attitude. No, dude, you fucked up. This is bad shit. And if you continue down the route that you're going, what you're looking at is horrible, horrible, horrible things. You think you feel lonely now? Man, you just felt the nip of the ringer. You don't need to go down that road. There's a much better path to go. And the earlier we get them, the better. The earlier we get them, the better. All right. Now that, maybe those people will not be ready to get sober, but at least they'll know where to go. Then they'll know where to go. As long as I'm not a jerk and piss them off. That's what I always have to watch. Hey, sometimes my passion sounds like anger. It's the same voice. So, all right. Still, you may say, but I will not have the benefit of contact with you who write this book. Got a sponsor? You do? You have a sponsor? Great. Then you have contact with the first 100 of the book. Sure you do. 90 years is only 3 or 4 generations. It's not that far away from actual generations. I'm not talking about Gen X, Gen Z, millennials, all these other ones. Those aren't really generations. A generation isn't 10 years. It's closer to 20. You may still say, we cannot be sure. God will determine that. So you must remember that your real reliance is always upon him. He will show you how to create the fellowship you crave. My mind's getting really mad at that line right now because it ain't happening. Of course, the people that I've been, I don't know. I'm not saying a fellowship isn't growing up about me. It most certainly is. It's just I've done a lot of work in the last 2-3 months, and I haven't really seen much action on the other side. I haven't seen anything happen from it, which to me means that's the wrong route. Yeah. So that means I've got to figure out something else. What I need is something that just belongs to Dion. I don't know that anybody else should be involved. And then that creates a different problem that I don't want to do this stuff alone. I don't have a group of people that I get to go build things with every day and do all this other stuff while these assholes out here get to do it all the time and take all the money. And I don't know. I've got a closed mouth friend I'm talking to at 11. So I'll probably be back a little bit later with a kind of a better attitude. So I'll have a bad attitude, but I wouldn't say I have a good one. I think I'm neutral right now. So our book is meant to be suggestive only. That is the kind of suggestion as if you jump out of an airplane, you should pull your ripcord. It's the same suggestion. Open your damn parachute, or you're going to hit on the ground and go squish. Squish like bug. All right, Karate Kid reference. Same suggestion. We suggest things in AA because nobody wants to be told what to do, and nobody should be told what to do. All right? My job, or one of my jobs, or what I feel like is not my job. Well, I guess it is my job. It's what I do all the time. Certainly is not an avocation, though. Is to make sure you have all the information that you need to make the right decisions. I'm not going to make a decision for you. You get to make those decisions all on your own on how you're going to live your life, how you're going to spend your day, what you're going to do with your own money. That's all yours, man. Right? Ha! That's funny. Amber says ripcord RIP as in rest in peace. Maybe that's what it's named after. It might be. Who knows? Good catch, Amber. God will constantly disclose more to you and to us. Ask him in your morning meditation what you can do each day for the man who's still sick. That's what I do. You know, although today I gotta say I'm not mad at God, but I'm a little disappointed that I'm still not. I'm gonna tell you, nothing's gonna change. Nothing's really gonna change in my life. Is what I'm talking about. Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I know that. I'm creating a lot of AA meetings. A lot of people are listening. I'm helping a lot of people. But there's a part of me that feels unheard. It's weird. And it's not anything anybody's really doing. I mean, like, literally. Because nobody's doing anything. It's like all recovery stuff came to a screeching halt in Colorado. That's how it feels. All the meetings that I usually have and everything, they're all gone. They're all gone. And it's fear. It's fear. Yeah. So what can I do each day? According to Google, so no, it's not a match. Okay, so those two do not go together. That just makes it an even better joke. All right, so what can I do each day for the person who's still sick? What if I'm the one that's sick? I'm just posing a question. Because I do not feel centered today. I don't know. And that's okay. It's okay to have those kinds of days. The key today will be to not create any situations to where I have to make an amends. So that'll be the watchword. That'll be my watch post today. All right. I'm going to finish up here. I'm going to go to a 10 o'clock meeting, of which my brain will probably tear apart half of what is said in the meeting. So I'll have to focus. See, I already know this about me. And at 11 o'clock, I have a person I can talk to where I know I can say anything to this person and they'll understand. So there is relief in sight. So what am I doing? What am I utilizing? I'm utilizing delayed gratification at the moment. I've gotten pretty good at that. Patience. Even with my tooth, I'm having to wait till tomorrow. My finger still hurts. Got to wait another week. These are all things that require delayed gratification. If I didn't have that in my life, then my brain, what would my brain do? Well, it'd start looking for the easier, softer way. And then that would lead it into emotional relapse. And no, thank you. Because anger always makes pain worse. Always. So, all right. Here's the key, though. The answers will come if your own house is in order. Maybe that's why my answers aren't coming. Maybe my house isn't in order. I don't know. I don't know. All right. But obviously, you cannot transmit something you haven't got. See to it that your relationship with is right, and great events will come to pass for you and countless others. This is the great fact for us. And it's true. I get to watch it. I don't always feel fulfilled, but who is that really on? You know? Yeah. And I see a lot of people out there trying to transmit things they don't have. They just don't have them. Yet people are listening to their gibberish and their bullshit and their garbage. Yeah. Now, see, gonna have to make that switch at some point today. All right, abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to Him and to your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely what you find, and join us. There's all the steps slammed into 3 sentences. We shall be with you in the fellowship of the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. May God bless you and keep you until then. All right, now we're going to go to the reading. It was the last part that we just read. You know, abandon yourself to God as you understand God, road to happy destiny, blah, blah. These words put a lump in my throat each time I read them. In the beginning, it was because I felt, oh no, the teaching is over. Now I'm on my own. It will never be this new again. Here's the key, and a lot of people miss it. You're supposed to go through the steps over and over and over and over again. You're supposed to. The first time you do it with a sponsor, then it's supposed to be sponsees. But you think because you're the guide, you're not going to learn anything new. You're going to learn more from teaching. So I learn more from teaching. But somebody gave me a great base to go off of. That's for me. That's how I was told it was done. I did my 4th step 8 years ago. I have not done one since. Thank God for the 10th step. Right? Today, I feel a deep affection for our AA pioneers when I read this passage, realizing that it sums up all of what I believe in and strive for, and that with God's blessing, the teaching is never over. I'm never on my own, and every day is brand new. Yeah. And I know I'm not on my own, but my brain is trying to tell me today that I am on my own. I don't feel secure at the moment. I don't feel it. Right? But I'm the only person that can block me from the sunlight of the Spirit. I'm the only one that can do that. So, isn't it weird that, we can be in the midst of the problems and we can admit these things? There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes I need to be in this mood. Who knows? Maybe God has a plan around it. I'm not sure. But I will say that sometimes I do get frustrated on not knowing the damn plan. All right. And that's where faith comes in. But I get those feelings too. Absolutely, I do. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. It's always good to see everybody. I hope you have a great day. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And have a